Yo, guys, did you know that 90% of raid beginners completely wreck their own start within the very first days of playing? Right now, the developers are handing out a crazy amount of bonuses to new players, but most people grab one random reward and don't even realize they're missing out on the biggest chunk of possible progress. Today, I'm gonna show you the ultimate raid starting strategy that lets you combine an exclusive promo link, the most valuable starter promo code, and extra rewards into one massive snowball of progress. And pay attention, even if you've been playing for a long time and you're thinking about skipping this video, make sure you watch all the way to the end. In the second half, I'll show fresh working promo codes for all players, including old accounts. Free energy, silver, boosts, and other useful resources are never a bad thing, so don't skip ahead. I saved the juiciest rewards for the end. Let's squeeze every bit of free loot possible out of raid. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Why does that matter? Because very soon, I'll be dropping new videos with fresh promo codes for all raid players, not just beginners, but veteran accounts too. And as you already know, good codes don't stay alive for long. Whoever sees them first gets the rewards. Whoever shows up late ends up reading comments from people who already claimed all the free stuff. So subscribe right now if you don't want to miss the next giveaways of resources. And of course, smash like too. It helps the channel grow and lets me bring you even more promo codes and useful guides. Get comfortable, you're watching 2GT, and let's get started. Let's break down the actual mechanics so you understand why this is such a big deal. There's only one rule here. Every piece on its own gives a decent bonus, but the real game-changing effect only happens when you combine them together. Let's decode our success formula. It works anytime, anywhere. A promo link is the rock-solid foundation of your account. It's what gives you a powerful base of champions right from the very first second. Promo codes are your extra targeted boost. They're the buff that covers the weak spots in your starter roster and gives you the tools you need to push progress faster. Enter one within the first 24 hours after registration without overthinking it. Events, daily rewards, and the loyalty program. That's your turbo accelerator. Events and daily rewards provide a ridiculous resource boost and constantly flood your account with unique, legendary, and epic champions. Claim them every single day. The conclusion couldn't be simpler. Separately, all of these are just nice one-time bonuses. But when you stack them together, you get a legally boosted start that can save you weeks, maybe even months of boring grinding. You'll immediately pull ahead of the competition. Now, let's break down the building blocks of the perfect start. The first step always begins with a promo link. You don't just go download the game from the store, you use the special promo link in the description below this video. Dreaming of crushing clan boss from your very first days and taking down those tanky dungeon guardians with ease? Then this duo is made for you. Anax is your no-nonsense, single-target damage dealer. He slaps enemies with decreased defense and decreased accuracy, stacks up poison, and drops weaken on top. And if things get messy, his passive can save him in a clutch moment. Paired with him is Lady Annabelle, the perfect guardian angel for your team. She brings solid healing, places decreased speed on enemies, restores health, and can even revive fallen allies. Early on, every player struggles with two things: dealing enough damage to tough targets and keeping their team alive. This combo solves both problems. The strategy is simple. While Annabelle keeps your squad alive and kicking, Anax calmly tears the boss apart under a mountain of debuffs. Want to kick the arena door down and wipe entire teams in seconds? Meet the speed train. Chonoru takes the role of an aggressive debuffer. She blocks enemy buffs, places weaken, completely strips away enemy defense with her A3, and then follows up with absolutely brutal AoE damage. Meanwhile, Lady Quilen acts as your personal turbocharger. Build her with a 100% critical rate, and she'll start pumping your allies' turn meters like crazy while handing out increased attack and increased critical damage buffs. This pair shines in the arena, faction wars, and lightning-fast campaign farming. The advantage is massive. Quilen supercharges your team with speed and buffs, then Chonoru crashes into defenseless enemies at full force and sends them straight back to the respawn screen. This team is an absolute monster. Now this is a true orc meat grinder built for total wave destruction. Ultimate Galek is your ace card for Spider's Den. The moment he gets an increased attack buff, the battlefield erupts in massive HP burn effects while enemies rapidly lose their turn meter. At the same time, Zargala brings weaken to the table, and here's where things get really fun. If her second skill lands the killing blow, she instantly triggers her A3 for free, spreading decreased defense across the entire enemy team. You can confidently take this combo into virtually any dungeon for fast wave clears. New players usually struggle hard against bulky, heavily armored enemy packs, but these orcs turn them into barbecue. Alright, the foundation is set. Now comes the next mandatory step. The moment your account is created, you enter a promo code. There are 2 hard rules you absolutely cannot break. First, a starter code can only be activated within the first 24 hours after registration. Second, out of all the beginner promo codes available, you can only choose 1 per account. Remember the golden rule. If the promo link is your foundation, then the promo code is the massive power boost stacked on top of it. So let's find the perfect buff for your account from the 8 best and most up-to-date options available right now. Promo code Big Dog. This one gives you the mighty Turvold. Turvold is an absolute damage-dealing monster. The more buffs he has on himself, the harder he hits. Give him some solid crit gear and get ready to watch enemies disappear in ridiculous one-shots. On top of that, you'll also get 300,000 silver, 15 greater void potions, and 15 void brews. Promo code Stag's Lair unlocks Stag Knight. This guy is one of the most sought-after epic debuffers in Raid. He brutally cuts both attack and defense for the entire enemy team, brings multi-hit attacks through his A1, and honestly, he looks freaking awesome. Along with him, you'll get 1 epic skill tome, 15 spirit brews, 150,000 silver, and 15 greater arcane potions. Desert Queen. Activate it and grab Tuhanarak. She's an incredible support champion that's packed with utility. She removes nasty debuffs from your team, helps you survive some of the toughest dungeons in the game, and for a long time she was a top-tier pick in arena defense teams. As a bonus, you'll also receive 25 void brews, 300,000 silver, and 5 greater void potions. Promo code MyTurn gives you Allure. This demoness is an absolute queen of control. With her on your team, bosses like the Fire Knight barely get a chance to take a turn. She also brings an AoE attack that can put enemies to sleep. You'll also receive 20 magic brews and 200,000 silver. Promo code KittyCut gives you Cheshire Cat, 15 spirit brews, 300,000 silver, and 15 greater spirit potions. This is a crafty and incredibly annoying damage dealer to play against. He shines in longer fights where you need to slowly and painfully break through enemy defenses while keeping the pressure on. Promo code Oboro gives you Oboro, 1 epic skill tome, 1 rank 4 chicken, and 300,000 silver. Promo code Dishonored Blast gives you Genbo the Dishonored, 1 epic skill tome, 1 rank 4 chicken, and 300,000 silver. Personally, I'd pick Genbo. He's one of those champions that just refuses to become irrelevant no matter how many new champs get added to the game. New heroes come and go, but they keep smashing their faces into Genbo. The only exceptions are a handful of annoying bastards that can reduce or absorb the very first hit they take. Promo code Get Alice gives you Alice the Wanderer, 15 magic brews, 300,000 silver, and 15 greater magic potions. Alice the Wanderer is an awesome attack champion. You grab her and proceed to flatten pretty much everything that dares stand in your way. Alright, the foundation is built. The buffs are activated. Now it's time for the third and final piece of our ultimate combo strategy, events. And here's a perfect example of how this supercharges your account. Right now, Raid is running a huge collaboration event. You can claim the legendary Skeletor from the Masters of the Universe franchise completely for free. And the best part? No endless grinding required. Just log into the game for 7 days in a row, and this toxic powerhouse is yours. And during your first week, you'll also pick up Yizo and Shaman, 2 pretty solid epic champions. Eventually, you'll build up an entire collection of champions while also collecting resources every single day. Now here's the most important part, how all of this works together. While other beginners spend weeks crawling through the early campaign with common champions and counting every last energy refill, you're charging straight into the arena and dungeons from day 1 with a stacked squad. First, the promo link creates a strong foundation for your account. It gives you powerful champions that would otherwise be extremely difficult to replace at the start. Then the promo code adds a targeted boost on top of that foundation. You patch up your team's weaknesses with another strong champion and get a mountain of resources to level everyone up immediately. And finally, the event and loyalty rewards program throw gasoline on the fire. A free legendary like Skeletor and all those daily rewards work like a turbocharger, doubling your early game progress. Let's build a killer 4-champion squad right now. Here's the lineup I'd choose. Step 1. Use the promo link and grab the powerhouse Orc Duo, Ultimate Galek and Zargala. Step 2. Activate the promo code for Genbo the Dishonored. Step 3. Jump into the game and claim the free Skeletor from the login event. So what do we end up with? In the arena, Genbo and Zargala become an absolute one-shot machine. Zargala strips away enemy defense across the entire team. Then Genbo comes flying in with his massive AoE attack, cutting straight through enemy defenses and smashing the opposing team into dust with a single click. Heading into dungeons, this team gets even nastier. Zargala and Genbo instantly wipe out enemy waves, while Ultimate Galek takes over during boss fights, covering enemies in massive HP burn effects. And on top of all that, you've got the newly updated Skeletor spreading crowd control and nasty debuffs everywhere, performing brilliantly in pretty much every area of the game. And now for the promised juicy bonus for absolutely everyone, no matter how old or developed your account is. Promo code EPIER gives you 1 full energy refill, 10 chests packed with valuable loot, and 100,000 silver. A nice little boost for your day-to-day expenses. Promo code PP500 is honestly kind of insane. It instantly gives you 1 multi-battle set for 50 attempts, 200 energy, 400,000 silver, and 500 Plarium points. Make sure you take advantage of this strategy. Trust me, it's one of the most effective ways to accelerate your progress in Raid and save yourself months of boring grinding. And don't forget to stick around for future videos, because we'll be covering even more powerful combinations, promo codes, and progression strategies. Drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. This was 2GT, wishing you all the best, and remember, one day, we're all making it to Platinum.